think we are all a go. Audio, we all good? We going? We good? Okay, we're good. Let's dive into this. Alrighty. What's up, everybody? It's your boy. It's week number 2 here in the Big Brother house. The second house guest was just evicted about a couple hours ago. Now we're ready to get into the highlights of the week. I'm going to talk about everything that went on in the last 7 days. So feel free to join along. Remember to like and subscribe to this channel if you want to follow as it rolls along, or to check out any other videos. Feel free to like and subscribe to the channel. Alrighty, let's dive in, shall we? All right. I did not get a chance to check out the soundbite to get a soundbite ready, but I will let you know who got evicted momentarily as we dive into our spoiler board. So I'm just gonna jump out of the way. Let me get my thing ready to go. Okay. Perfect. All right. So here are our spoilers. Get things started, and then we will jump into the highlights. All right. Week. Mr. Kyland was head of household for week number 2. Sorry, the connection was a little crazy. So if I stop in the middle of this, just know that I'm waiting for the connection to go. So, all right. So we have the nominations. I think the sound was probably picking up the fan. Okay, so here's the head of household nominations before the veto. We have Brittany and Frenchie. Now, this was a no-brainer. We should have saw Frenchie coming from a mile away. He was a head of household last week, and as I mentioned in the last live stream, his week was sloppy. And for that, he had to pay for it this week. So, Power of Veto winner, believe it or not, was Derek X. Again. Since you can't see his picture really well, I decided to try to get his picture. Can't even see. I'm sorry, Derek. The lighting is bad for Derek, and I wish there was a better picture, but I can't get a good picture of him. I'm trying though. I'm trying. Oh, here we go. Here we go. I think you can see this one. There we go. There's our boy Derek. He won the power veto again this week. Second time in a row. Oh, you can't see that. It says right here, veto was not used this week. So, having said that, the final nominations for the week, Brittany and Frenchie. All right. So let's break it down by the numbers. Brittany actually had 1 vote to evict. It was Derek F. Now, I should have seen this coming because Frenchie and Derek F had a final 2 deal. So Derek decided to give Frenchie the pity vote. And Frenchie was okay with that. But that means you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 votes for Frenchie. Obviously, we know what's about to happen. So let's pull up the memory wall right here. Let's send our second house guest packing. Are you ready? Click of a button. 1, 2, 3. There it goes. Black and white right there. So by a vote of 11-1, Frenchie became the second house guest evicted from Big Brother 23. And then there were 14 left. Once again, I posted a little poll on Facebook this week to see who the viewers thought. I went to my Facebook group and asked who was going to be the one evicted this week. We had a total of 165 votes for the eviction. 153 of the votes went to Frenchie. Now, I posted the poll last night, and when I went to bed last night, Frenchie already had 100 votes to be evicted. So this one was the one people wanted to see happen. So there you go. So 93% of the vote to 7% of the vote. So I'm really going to try to upgrade this camera because I thought it would be good quality for live streams, but we'll see. I'm gonna look into getting a better one. Okay, so that's your spoiler board. Now let's dive into the highlights for the week and elaborate. Last Thursday night, they did a live HOH competition. Had to pick a number to shoot from to get into the shark's mouth, their little ball. And whoever picked the highest number, that was the hardest shot to make. So whoever picked the highest number would be the head of household, and they had to make it in. So whoever picked the highest number and actually made it would be the head of household. Kylan prevailed, and he became the second HOH of the season. So congratulations. I'm starting to see Kylan as America's favorite right now. He's just a very nice guy, very charming, and that's very good. So Kylan's in a really good spot for most people. And I'll explain who he's not good with in a second. But anyway, Kylan begins talking to people about what he wants to do for the nominations. Everybody goes up to him. Oh, by the way, I don't want to go through the sites right now, but I'll tell you, Claire and Tiffany are both safe this week because they are on Kylan's team. Now, everybody goes and talks to Kylan. And they express their concerns about Frenchie, why he should be put on the block. The only person who does not express concern about Frenchie is Brittany. And that's why we see Brittany on the block this week, because she would be loyal to her teammate. She hasn't said anything bad about Frenchie. That's good and all, but ultimately someone has to go on the block next to Frenchie. And if Kylan can't think of anybody, then Brittany, it's going to be you. So, yeah. So let me go back to Brittany right now. So the nominations take place. Oh, little update. This week it didn't really have concern, the wild card competition, because what happened was Sarah Beth, one of my final two picks, Sarah Beth, won the wild card competition. In order to get safety for the week, Sarah would have had to switch teams with somebody on Kylan's team, one of his teammates. And Sarah did not want to do that. And that was a good decision because Sarah Beth is very close to Kylan. So there was no need to get that extra safety because she felt very secure with him. So therefore, Sarah Beth declined the safety this week, and she remained on her team. So everybody was in the pool. So now the nominations take place. Frenchie and Brittany are on the block. Frenchie knew it was coming. He knew it was going to happen. He was going to be on the block. What we didn't expect was for his teammate to be on the block right next to him. Brittany was a mess. She was bawling all over the place. She was talking about how, I'm sorry for being loyal to somebody on my team. Like, sorry for that. Like, can't be loyal or nothing, Brittany was just freaking out. And that's a mistake you can make in that house. If you're not the target and you go and have like a little panic attack, people can look at that and have a reason to send you out of the house. So Brittany was having a little panic attack. But Frenchie assured her, I'm the target. I'm going home. Let me handle this. Nobody is going to come after you. So, very wise words from the big target himself. He already knows what's happening. So, but yeah, he talked to Kylan to make sure that everything was okay. I'm not mad at you. Just please talk to Brittany because she is a mess right now. So, and he even stated that if he wins the veto, he will put it on Brittany's neck. He will give the veto to Brittany. So I didn't know if he was going to follow through with that plan. Maybe. We'll see. But first he had to win the veto in order to make that happen. So everybody competes in the veto, and my boy, I'm sorry, Derek. My boy Derek can't get a good picture because of the lighting. So Derek ends up winning the veto again, and he was picked once again, and chooses not to save anybody. Now, once Derek won the veto, Frenchie knew it was bad. It was bad news. He knew right away he was going home, and he decided to throw in the towel. Like he went to Azza, and let me see if I can pull up his team. Yep, there we go. So he went to Azza and Derek and said, "You know what? I'm throwing in the towel. That's it." He wanted to self-evict before Thursday even happened, and Azza and Derek had a pep talk saying, "This is your dream. You came all this way for this, and you're gonna quit now, like before the ending is even written. You need to stay in this." So they gave him a really good pep talk, and that kind of drove him to like actually campaign. We'll see how far it went. Or he didn't want to go that far because he was really good with Brittany, and it would have just been a mess to campaign against her. But after the veto, she took it like a champ. They both took it like a champ. Derek didn't use the veto, so now the campaigning begins. Now, here's what's interesting. What they're going to do, they're going to send Frenchie home. But now people are starting to, in that house, you have to think 2-3 steps ahead. You can't just focus on 1 week. You need to start thinking about your game long term. The Aces did a really good job. The Aces, and in particular, Derek and Hannah, already mapping out the targets for next week. They are saying how they want to turn against Whitney and Brent and get them on the block next week. If they can pull that through, I will be amazed. So what the plan is these two are going to throw the next HOH competition, and they want to make sure that neither of these two win it. So they want to make sure they're out first, and then these two will throw it. So that way, Brent and Whitney will be vulnerable and will likely be nominated this coming week. If this works, I give much credit to Derek and Whitney, not Whitney, Hannah, for pulling this plan through. That would be smart on their plan, because eventually the teams are going to have to split up at some point, and they're already thinking ahead. But what they need to make sure is that they can get people on board, because if they try to backstab these two before they even get the numbers, it's going to be bad news for Derek and Hannah. So you got to make sure they got an alliance ready to go before they can pull that through. So the eviction comes, and Frenchie. Oh, let's go back to Frenchie for a second. When Frenchie got nominated, he was so mad. He knew that his team, the Slaughterhouse, were all snakes in the grass. He went around telling people, do not trust people. He started calling out people that were in the Slaughterhouse. The head of household included. Why would you talk smack about the head of household when you're on the block? That just doesn't make sense. He wasn't thinking. So he called out people. Let's see. These two in particular. I don't know about Brent, but he still thought that he had Brent on his side. He went and told Whitney, you better be careful. There's snakes on the grass and we need lawnmowers. He went and called these people out. Christian and Alyssa, told them about the Slaughterhouse, and he also has an alliance with Claire and Tiffany, and I think Hannah as well, called the French Kisses. The French Kisses were told about the Slaughterhouse Alliance. And so was Sarah Beth. Sarah Beth was also alerted about the Slaughterhouse Alliance. So Frenchie just had diarrhea of the mouth and just started throwing names out. The only people he didn't throw out, or the only person he didn't throw out, was Derek. Because Derek was legit his final two. But Derek was not Frenchie's final two, clearly, because he knew that Frenchie's ship was sinking and he needed to jump ship real quick. So good move, Derek. So I don't know. Frenchie gave us such a headache. And finally, he was sent out the door tonight. So, moral of the story, I really like the plan that Derek and Hannah are trying to pull to try to get Brent and Whitney on the block next week. But it's all going to come down to who wins the head of household next week. So, we'll just have to wait and see. So, well, that's all there is to it. Week 2 of the Big Brother recap is finished. Let me go back to the page. Perfect. So yeah, that's all there is for the Big Brother recap show. Another week is in the books. Remember, Big Brother is on Sunday nights, Wednesday nights, and Thursday nights. And the next live stream will be next Thursday night, same time, 9 o'clock p.m. If you want to email me any info about Big Brother or just email me about anything in particular, I will update my description. I will leave the stuff in the description, but my email is nickmorales2012@gmail.com. Also, my eviction predictions. I posted a new one on my Snapchat today. If you want to see my eviction predictions, go to my Snapchat and type in Nick Morales 96, all lowercase, and you will see my eviction predictions on Thursday afternoons, probably around like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock p.m. And then we will see if my predictions are correct on the live stream, which they were. I predicted Frenchie, and I was right. Now that Frenchie is gone, now that the mess is gone, it's going to be real interesting to see who rises above and takes the villainous spot, because somebody's going to have to eventually. So, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe to my channel to get more alerts for the Big Brother recap show. And as I said, next live stream is next Thursday night, so make sure you set an alarm for that. All right. Thank you so much, and see you guys soon.